Take these captains out real quick, then go to the back. Handle my business. Boom. You. Oh my god. Oh my god, bro. You know how fast I took out Dr. Detonator?
How fast?
Hey man, don't troll me. Don't troll me right now. I need this gold. Come on.
Did you get gold?
Hold on, quiet. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's get it, boy. First time I did Boomtown with a Devastator and got gold, man.
Welcome to the club.
Bro, I took Dr. Detonator out in like 3 seconds, man.
Did you catch it for a stream or something?
Yeah, I recorded that, man. Oh my goodness.
Calling the bandit leaders.
I got the funeral pyre and the mayo. Oh my god, I am so sorry. In my last build video called Impale, I stated that using any other skill tree besides Seismic Shifter is pretty much a death sentence. Well, I was wrong, because I have never been able to gold tier Boomtown with Devastator until now. Not to mention how fast Dr. Detonator got melted. Just look at it. There is a specific reason why this happened so fast, and I'll tell you exactly how in a minute here. But this build literally makes me feel unbeatable, hard as stone, while ripping through enemies with reckless abandon. It took me a while to get this statue set armor, and when I did, immediately got in the lab to put it together. Plus, I found a way to get 40% damage to targets that are bleeding. Man, did you know that's almost the same amount as what the seismic set bonus gives you, which is 50%. All this and more coming at you right now. Oh, and before we get into this, be sure to drop a like and subscribe to my channel if you're new. Your support is greatly appreciated. So as you know, us Devastators, we get a little jealous when seeing those Technos, Pyros, and Tricksters with their special bullets just ripping through NPCs left and right. But guess what? We don't have to be jealous anymore, because now I can rip with the best of them. This only made possible with the statue set armor combined with the Vanquisher path on the skill tree. Now as you can see, of course I wanted to lock down the shotgun master, but along the way make sure you unlock all the armor piercing abilities. Don't forget champion, because that's the mistake that I made at first, and I thought, man, this build is underwhelming, but I didn't activate this skill. So remember, unlock champion, because that's what will grant you that insane damage buff once you activate a protection skill. This skill tree focuses on raw damage and survivability. As you activate skills, this will grant you and your squad crazy damage buffs, so it's kind of a support build as well. And look at this right here, a 70% damage increase once you activate a kinetic skill with altered charge. This is only the beginning. The skills I'm using are Gravity Leap, Tremor, and Golem, all 3 different category skills, and each one of them grant a damage buff for an accumulative 255% weapon damage. This is not including the buffs from your weapons mods. And speaking of weapons, these are what I'm using. Death Shield as my primary and Heir of the Desert as my secondary. Now listen up, because this is very important, and it's how I was able to melt Dr. Detonator so fast. Now we know how good Fortress is, right? Plus the fact of Death Shield having weapon, life leech, healing received, and close range damage as attributes. But this right here is how you spread all that damage to everyone else. The mod is called Ultimate Damage Link, and it comes from the legendary assault rifle called Voodoo Matchmaker. Shots link up to 4 enemies, sharing 40% of their weapon damage dealt and 20% of their anomaly damage dealt. So while I was destroying those captains guarding Dr. Detonator, he was sharing their damage. This is nuts. So by the time I looked at Dr. Detonator, he was pretty much already dead. This weapon mod combination is a must-have, especially for expeditions where time to kill is the main factor here. I want to get straight into the gear I'm using because it directly relates to the synergy this build offers. I'll come back to Heir of the Desert. It's the statue 3-piece set. Using either trimmer or golem increases firepower by 100% and weapon life leech by 100% for you and your teammates. So not only are you dealing insane damage, you're allowing your teammates to do so as well, while maintaining survivability with the weapon life leech it gives you. And this is how you stay alive like you stay alive in the seismic shifter tree, because with the seismic shifter, the bleed is what keeps you alive. So playing aggressive and moving forward, killing enemies is what keeps you alive in the Vanquisher tree. Now I know you're probably wondering why I have Vampiric Mag, right? Well, you'll see in a sec. But the second mod here is Perseverance, so that I can keep my golem up as long as possible to maintain survivability and damage. The statue's torso comes with this tier 3 mod by default, a must-have called Power of Stones. This grants a 40% weapon damage bonus after activating Tremor. Now, if you didn't know, this also stacks on top of the champion ability on the skill tree. So activating these at the same time will grant 85% weapon damage. Once you activate Golem, activate Tremor right afterwards, and that's how you get it. And you know, I couldn't show you this build without having Stare into the Barrel, especially because I'm a Devastator, always in the middle of combat surrounded by multiple enemies. My firepower increases exponentially depending on how many enemies are in close range. So if there are 5 NPCs close to me, I will be dealing a little over 50,000 damage. Okay, here's where Vampiric Mag makes sense, because this setup is how I'm able to gain pretty much the same set bonus that the seismic set gives. Tainted Blood and Bloody Boost together increase my damage dealt to enemies bleeding by 40%. And even though this seismic leg armor is not bonus firepower, it's still worth it. But when I get some leg armor that is bonus firepower with a Bloody Boost already there, I'll be sure to make the switch. So how I'm able to cause bleed in order to take advantage of this bonus is with Bleeding Impulse. When Golem is active, it spawns radial impulses that inflict bleed on enemies within 10 meters, so it just flows with the playstyle. And I can extend this Golem so long as I'm getting kills by 2 seconds each kill with Golem of Death, the other mod. Now to top everything off, I went with Captain Hunter. Can't leave home without this, man. Plus Bounty Hunter on the skill tree grants another 15% damage to elites, which I'm assuming makes this 40%. Finally, we have Personal Space for more damage to enemies that are considered close range. Now I did say that I will come back to this Heir of the Desert, and here it is. This combination is sick. Sandstorm and Shadow Comet, a combo that'll for sure be on my next episode of Creating God Rolls, where I will go into more detail about it. But this weapon is not used much in this build. It's nice as a support weapon when I'm not up close to NPCs, but it deals great damage for its purpose. I think that's pretty much it for this build. I have never dealt this much damage with the Devastator, and I highly recommend this set. I hope this helped you out, and if it did, then don't hesitate to drop a like and subscribe to my channel if you're new here. I'll catch you on my next video. Be right out.